Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on that like button if you like my video. Also click on that notification bell. Thank you. Object-oriented programming. In this lecture, we will discuss object-oriented programming in more detail, and I will try my best to explain it in a very simple way. In object-oriented programming, we mainly deal with objects. An object can be anything like a person, place, or a thing. It has a specific structure and can do certain things. If you think about things that are not considered objects, we're talking about entities that don't have a clear shape or form and don't do anything specific. Examples of such non-object entities are emotions like happiness or abstract ideas like freedom. These things are not classified as objects because they don't have a physical structure and don't show actions in the same way as concrete objects do. Let me explain you the object-oriented programming through an example. Going back to the basics of programming, which is the procedural or sequential programming. In this type of programming, you write a code in a sequence, right? For example, we want to write a code which will have a set of instructions, and for that, we will use an example of driving a car and pick up groceries. So the code will look something like this. Unlock the car, start the car, check your rear view and side view mirrors, fasten your seatbelt, then of course drive to the nearest grocery store, buy a loaf of bread and a dozen eggs, and of course come back to your car and unlock the car, start the car, check your rear view and side view mirrors, fasten your seatbelt, and then drive back home. Now, if you notice that actions 1, 2, and 3, 4 are similar to actions 7, 8, 9, and 10. Imagine if you have to stop off at another store as well, then you are repeating these steps again and again, which is of course not efficient. So what we do is we define an object and its functions in something we call a class. So it will be something like class of an object, and the object will be the car. So for example, we define car as an object and its class that will have functions of unlock the car, start the car, check your rear view and side view mirrors, fasten your seatbelt. Now, if we write our code again, it will become a lot easier to manage. Look at that. Object is the car, then of course drive to the nearest grocery store, buy a loaf of bread and dozen eggs, then again define object which is the car and drive back home. You see, now our code suddenly became from 11 lines to 5 lines. See, that's why the object-oriented programming became so popular. So object-oriented programming is a way of writing computer programs that focuses on organizing and managing data by grouping it together with the code that operates on the data. Or in simple word, it treats everything in a program as objects that have their own unique characteristics and behaviors. It helps programmers to create modular and reusable code by breaking down the program into smaller, self-contained objects that interact with each other. Just like we created the car as an object which has its own smaller self-contained program. This approach allows for easier understanding, maintenance, and of course, expansion of your program. So I hope this example that I have given you is enough and clear enough to make you understand what is an object and why we use object-oriented programming when we write a program.